Good morning, friends. We are getting out here to turn on the irrigation at the farm. I got my phone instead of the camera, so hopefully the sound is okay. I just want to check because when all the string trimming happened the other day, we've got 1,200 plus feet of irrigation line. Don't want to fall down this hill. Yeah, we've got 1,200 plus feet of irrigation line that goes from here at the barn, the goats, although I don't see them. I don't see the goat gentleman. That goes all the way down to the farm. And so, and it lies on the surface. This is on a steep hill. I have to be careful. And, under high grass, you can't see it. So I am just turned that on. We're going to now drive down to the farm really quick and make sure it's running on the upper beds. I can check the lower bed line tomorrow. Today is going to be a busy day. So today's gonna be a busy day. We are moving Amber out of the dorms and home today. So out of breath. Yesterday, Mike and I came out to the farm and he did all the mowing and the string trimming while I harvested a couple buckets of flowers for tomorrow's CSA. I treated for slugs around all of our new seedlings, and I put up flower support netting on a number of beds, which was a good thing because while we were out, we were notified of a red flag warning. Red flag is, if you're not in fire country, means there's going to be very, very high winds and very low humidity, and so that the chance of a fire starting and spreading rapidly is extremely high. So there's a lot of things you're supposed to do in a red flag warning. One of which is no grilling outside, no fires, obviously, and no yard work in dead grass. Because multiple times, just in our area, we have seen fires get started by people string trimming in dry grass. I don't know if it's just a spark because it's low humidity, whatever, and then it spreads like super fast up and down these hills. So luckily, everything we were doing was with the mower, and it was also thick green growth that we were mowing down. So the farm looks so much better right now, so much better. But I want to run out here really quick and check the irrigation. Like I said, make sure there's not a cut in the line. If there is, if the irrigation is not running on the beds right now, then I'll have to come back later today. I do not have time this morning because we've got to go meet Amber in the city in the dorms to get her moved out. But then I'll know that I need to come down later today. Now, we've had gusts of up to 50 miles an hour for the last almost 24 hours. It's crazy. Our poplar trees outside in the creek bed are dropping big branches all over the driveways. There are trees down everywhere. I mean, this is just, it's not fun. So I also want to do a really quick walkthrough of the farm and make sure nothing is, there's not a big branch down on something, stuff like that. So let's go do that really quickly. And again, it's going to be loud because we have wind gusts. So hopefully you'll be able to hear me. I'll try to keep the phone close. So it looks like the irrigation is on. Hasn't completely filled up all the tubes, but it's looking pretty good. And the sluggo is working because all of our zinnia seedlings are looking okay. This is all the stuff I was just hoping didn't get knocked down. So let's go back here and just double check on everything. Okay, I don't think there's any water coming out of here. Oh, a little bit, but these guys definitely need more. Okay. So looking good. And doesn't this look so much better? All mowed down. Oh, so nice. Okay, the larkspur, surprisingly, are still standing, even through all this wind for the most part. I did harvest most of them yesterday. Dahlias, looking okay. I was going to rig up the a rope around this bed. Oh wow, these got pulled right off of the fence line. Oh, these sweet peas. Okay, well, I'm not going to worry about that right now. Yeah, so I do need to come out here. I need to get strong rope and rig up the rope cage around these guys. But we did put netting on these beds for the mums. And those are looking good. The corn is doing okay, although this wind is trying it. And all of our pumpkins and squash are looking great. Look how big they're getting. This is super exciting, you guys, because it's been years since I've been able to get a squash plant to grow to anything this big, because they usually get eaten by rodents. So I am very, very happy about this. This one already has a fruit behind this little, yeah. So as long as the wind doesn't take any of these trees down, or any of the big branches come through my fence or anything, I think we'll be okay. This is supposed to end tonight, and then we'll go back to just our normal wind, which is probably 10 miles an hour. But they did come through and do string trim this whole hillside the day before the day before we had the red flag warning. This is not something you would want to do on a red flag day, as you can imagine. And they did all this by hand. It was a big team of guys. Okay, so I'm going to head out. I'll join back up with you after we get Amber moved out of her dorm. This corn is laying over. I don't want to lose my corn to the freaking wind. It was looking so good. So frustrating. Like, if it's not rodents, it's something else. Okay, yeah, I'll hook back up with you once we're back with Amber and we can get those bouquets made. Okay, it's 2 days later. The windy day was Monday. I went home. We went to the city, got Amber all packed up and moved in, and that took about 4.5 hours. So then by the time I got home, I had to rush through making bouquets and get dinner ready, so I did not film that. And then yesterday was deliveries and working with a client, and a couple of meetings in the afternoon. So I didn't film anything there either. So now it's Wednesday, and I have 45 minutes to squeeze in a little bit of planting. So we are in the backyard again. We are going to finish planting up the cottage garden. So basically making the switch over from some of the spring stuff to some summer stuff, but also replacing some things. There's a couple of Proven Winners annuals that I ordered that came in the mail looking pretty bad and just have not done anything. And it's been over a month since they were planted. So let me show you what we've got here to work with. I don't know how much time I'll have to get stuff in this morning. We'll do what we can, and then we'll come back this afternoon because I have an 11 a.m. appointment, which is I have to leave 4 and 45 minutes. And then I need to take Amber to get some blood work done. So yeah, it's going to be another busy day. And then tomorrow, I'm getting ready. Mike and I are going to go camping from Friday through Monday with friends up the coast. I will take photos. It's a really beautiful place. I'll take photos and some video and stuff, but there will be no gardening content for those days either. So yeah, May is always nuts. I don't know about you guys, but when my kids were in school, May was always the crazy month where we had like all of our, teacher appreciation stuff. We had parties for, like, especially when the kids were seniors in high school, all the senior events were in May. Yeah. And now both of my kids are in college and May is still crazy. So, okay, let's look at the plants that we've got to go into the cottage garden. So there should be no surprise that there are a lot of petunias. This seems like the year of the petunia. I have grown only 1 or 2 in the past in containers. So this is the first time I'm really experimenting with them in the landscape. So, But that's not what we're starting with. We're going to start with, I found two, I've had a hard time finding these in the stores, two Thunbergia. This is Orange Appeal, Fold Apart Sun. These guys get super tall. It's a vining plant, and those are the flowers. It's also known as Black-Eyed Susan Vine. I have tried to start these from seed numerous times, and they have not germinated for me. So I was super excited to find these two plants in the store. So we're going to plant these, I think one of them might go in the cottage garden on a trellis, but the other is going to go in the front garden on a trellis. Haven't decided that. So these are not going in today, but soon. And then of course, this is the portulaca, which we still haven't done anything with. Then, even though I grow all my sunflowers from seed, I thought we would go with a Suncredible sunflower for the back of the cottage garden. I'll show you where I'm thinking about putting it, where right now is just a whole bunch of daffodil foliage that is dying back. And I think it's a branching sunflower. It gets nice and tall. What is the height on this? 24 to 36 inches. And it just, gives you tons of stems all season long. And I thought that would be fun. I might grab a couple more so we can fill out that space. But I thought that would be a really nice pop of color and a tall pop of color at the back of the border. Okay, then we have more petunias. This one is called Sunray Pink. This is not a Proven Winners one, but these guys are going to go into the cottage garden, taking the place of some of the things that have died. We have another, I wanted to get all these. This is Jazzberry, but this was the only one left. So we have one Jazzberry, and the rest are going to be these guys here and these guys here, which are similar looking. This one doesn't have a name. It's just petunia, but that's a similar looking bloom. And so I think it'll be uniform enough. And then I picked up more saffron finch because this is going to go with the one we've already planted. I want to do a drift of them. So we will get these guys in. And then finally, I picked up two more of these dahlias here. They're doing great for me so far, both in the landscape and in the containers. So they do need to be deadheaded. But this is the Pinkerific dahlia. There's a bug on that one. So I need to come in here and deadhead, but you can see down in there more blooms. Yeah, so this is the Pinkerific from Proven Winners. It's got that little bit of yellow that goes really nice with the saffron finch. And then this one is not a Proven Winners. I also need to deadhead this. But I love this bright sunny yellow and the dark leaves. I think that's so pretty, that contrast. So this is the other thing I would like to do today, is come in here and clean up all these plants. We need to do some deadheading. I'm actually going to give this bubblegum a good pinch back to right here so that it gets bushy again, because they get really leggy. And then look how pretty these tuberous begonias are. Isn't that so pretty? It's just pumping out the blooms. Kind of feel like I should put it in a bigger pot. Yeah, so I want to come in here and deadhead and clean up. But anyway, those two dahlias. Then we've got this one here, which also needs some deadheading. But I mean, look at all of the blooms. Tons. And then we have these in the landscape. Again, needing deadheading, but all the blooms in here about to come up. We've got that one and this one, which is laying under some foxglove. So yeah, we've got some cleanup in the garden to do, especially since the wind we had the other day came through and just knocked some things down. But that is the plan for today. So we'll get as much done as we can this morning in this little window, and then we'll come back this afternoon when it's into shade, because we're going to get into the upper 80s today, and finish that out. So let me get started laying things out. I want to show you some of the stuff I'm thinking of replacing. Okay, so some of these have come back lovely. So this is James Britannia. I think that's the Safari Sky, which looks really good. This is Supertunia Mini Vista Pink Cloud. That one's starting to come back. But we've got a few in here that, like, I don't think that's going to do anything, and I don't want to be patient and wait for it. So I'm going to pull that out. We've got a few in here that are looking like that. Okay, so I'm going to place these plants And then we will slowly start planting. We'll see how far we can get. Okay, I haven't gotten very much done, but that's because I decided to start weeding, pulling things out, cutting back the irises, all that kind of stuff as we are transplanting, because then I get the whole bed done at once, and that tells me where the holes are, where I need to get more plants to fill in. So far, this is all we've done. I did a little bit of weeding over here. This lavender is laying down. That's still a result of the original hedge being on top. I still need to cut back these iris straps, but I haven't really done much to this side. We started kind of right here. So before I planted the two petunias, I cut back the straps of the irises. I pulled up or cut back all of the dead, done blooming hollyhocks. I'm sorry, not hollyhocks. Foxglove. We've got Rudbeckia from last year coming up back there, which I am thrilled about. We've got Thurifew right here. This one's laying down, which is a bummer. Anyway, I'm going to cut back this Dusty Miller a bit too. And then we've got a spot here that I could put, because this is daffodil foliage that will die back, and I'll pull it, so then there will be a nice hole there, so we could put another petunia there. We've got this lavender, which is not ready for cutback because it just started blooming. And in the back here, I think all of this stuff is comfrey, and I'm going to leave it. We've got some more, I missed a foxglove. I want to cut that back. This is all yarrow in here. And then when these strappy leaves die back, we'll pull those out. Yarrow and some really cute ground cover up front. So this will all get nice and big and full. We've got some California poppies. I did plant that one dahlia there, and then came through here and cut back more of the iris leaves. And the reason you do it to that length is you want them still to be able to photosynthesize so that they can feed the bulbs for next year. I need to do these over here, and then again, that's all the other stuff that's laying down. That is daffodil foliage, which will come out. So I think I am actually going to put a sun credible there, and I think I'm going to get two more for right in front of it, and that will be a nice thick stand of sun credibles. And then these guys will fill in here. I put another dahlia there, and then we put a petunia here, and that's as far as I've gotten. So you can see I need to come through here and cut back, lots of stuff, clean it up, and then we will add the rest of our plants. Okay, I'm out of time. I've got to go to my appointment. if I get a chance to stop at the nursery on the way back, I can pick up some more stuff to fill in these holes. Otherwise, I might just wait until I'm done completely so I can just go at once with a list. That makes more sense, actually. So that's what we'll do. Okay, I will see you guys in a few hours. I'm hoping that, I mean, this part will be in the sun, but the part behind me will be in the shade at that point. So we can do that, and then when the sun finally starts to set, we could do the rest of this side. It's gonna be a lot of work, but it's gonna look so much better when it's done. Well, didn't quite finish. I finished planting, but not cleaning the bed. I'm just running out of time and I'm exhausted. So let's look at what we did, and I'll show you where I left off and where I need to start again. Okay, this area I still need to cut back stuff. We'll do that another day. Not too worried about it. I don't really have anything to plant in here. We popped into, everything looks a little flat because I watered everything in, but we've got two petunias here. Then we come down this way, we've got a dahlia there, another petunia, dahlia, and I put the Suncredible right back there. I'd like to get, if possible, two more and put one right here and one right here. So it'd be a big chunk of sunflowers. Another petunia, all of this. So I stopped this morning right here, and you can tell because all of this needs to be cut back. I need to cut out the irises that are done blooming and cut back all their leaves so it looks more orderly. Also because there's petunias buried under all of this. Still waiting on the daffodil foliage to come back, to die off, and then we can pull all that out. We've got another petunia there that's being slug eaten, but it'll be okay. Still some Sweet William and this beautiful penstemon. Some of it fell over from the hedge. Still need to go through here and weed and cut back but that's fine. There's no rush on that. We've got bubblegum, osteospermum, bubblegum. We have 2 echinaceas on either side of the cypress, but you can see how droopy they get. I mean, they got watered this morning, and this is what they look like at the end of the day, at the end of a hot day. So I just watered them again. They're just really, even though they're supposed to be drought tolerant, I find them to be very diva-ish. So I have to water them a lot to keep them alive. That's why I don't have more of them in my garden. Another petunia. All this needs to get cut back. And I did some cutting back here all the way to right here where I stopped. So I'll pick that up another day. Bubblegum, dahlia that I deadheaded. I think that's jazzberry maybe. And then another dahlia that I deadheaded, and through here, saffron finch. So this will definitely fill in. I think I might get another one to put right here, but maybe we'll get something completely different, pop in there. The redbud is starting to come back. It just has been droopy like this. Thankfully, it did not drop any leaves, but it's been droopy like that since before I planted it, since it was in the box in the mail. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But it did just go through a horrible windstorm. I make sure that it gets plenty of water. Hopefully it will start to perk up. It's perky in the morning, but it loses vigor during the day. Okay, let's see over here. I did do some cutting back. Now I just can't wait to get rid of the daffodil foliage, but I don't want to pull it up too soon because I do want them to come back for me. But we've got the bumbles starting in on our salvias. So cute. Okay, so over here, not much changed. Nothing really up here. As you can see, that foliage, I pulled it back away from the plants in the front. I'm hoping they'll start getting some more sun now. But yeah, the front border of this bed is filling in. So we've got our daisies that we planted last week. That looks like weeds back there, but it's actually all Linaria. And then we've got petunia, pink cloud petunias. I put in the ipomea that I was going to use in a container. I put one there. Our mums are getting ready to flower, which is really cool. And we'll keep getting flowers on those, hopefully for the rest of the season. Petunias. I want this whole front of the border to be nice and filled in. And I'm so glad that this is like the one James Britannia that, well, 2. It's one of the 2 of like the 10 that I bought. Oh, I take that back. There's one more down there. But yeah, I'm a little disappointed in how they came through the mail. And then one more ipomea, and then these little spikes here are the gladiolas. So we've got them all through this bed, and we've got some around this gem as well. So those should be very fun. And I left this guy, give it another shot. We'll see if it'll do a little bit more. Same thing with this other James Britannia, but otherwise, this bed is very full. Okay, so that does it for me today, you guys. I'm gonna try to get out here in the morning. I still have to go to a client's house tomorrow and do some work, but I'm gonna try to get out here in the morning and finish up this cleaning section here, cutting back and stuff. But then I need the rest of the day to prepare for our camping trip. I need to do laundry and pack and go to grocery shopping and all that kind of stuff. So, and then make a list for the kids so they know, I mean, they pretty much already know what to do while I'm gone, but they take care of the chickens, the cat, the greenhouse, all the plants. So I need to put together a list to make sure that that's all taken care of while we're gone. So it's going to be a busy day tomorrow. I'm not sure how much I'll be able to film, but we will see. So thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a wonderful time in your garden, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.